It's Mrs. Canakin's back with our cleanup blitz. This month, we are going to take a look at Google Drive. And remember, you need to take a before shot if you are playing along with our challenge. Remember that there's two places in Google Drive where you likely are. One you can organize, one you can't. On the left-hand side, My Drive is a place that we can organize. This is where we're going to work because we can make folders, move things around. Shared with Me is a place where anything that anyone has ever shared with you, or if you've clicked on a Google link, it goes there. You cannot organize that. It's the Wild West. If you want anything to be organized, go to Shared with Me, find it, add shortcut to My Drive to put it into My Drive where you can organize it. One of the things I like to do is I actually like to get rid of this suggested bar. You don't have to. So what you're going to do is you're going to go up to settings, the cog at the top, click on the word settings, and then you're going to scroll down under suggested files. You're going to unclick show suggested files in My Drive, click back in settings. You'll see that I have a nice clear screen and I don't have that suggestions bar at the top. So let's talk about the order of how things occur in our Google Drive. First of all, they're alphabetically, but if we put a number in front of them, a number is higher than an alphabet. Then if we put an emoji in front of the title, an emoji is higher than a number. So you can see I have number one, the emoji is higher than that. There's something even higher than that if you want to bump something up to the top of your drive. Let's take this Cleanup Blitz challenge here. To rename anything, you're going to right click, click on rename. Now, if I put a symbol, so I'm going to use an asterisk at the top, that's going to go even higher than an emoji. So symbol, emoji, number, alphabet, those are the ways that we can order things, move things around somewhat in our drive. Now, traditionally, as you can see in my Google Drive here, folders come first and then all the files. But just recently, Google's given us something else we can do. If we go straight up here to these three little dots on the corner of My Drive, so right up here, when I click on that, I can now show mixed with files. So show folders, are they going to be all on top? That's the traditional way, or mixed with files. So I've just turned that on. And so now you can see that I have folder, folder, file, file, folder. Those principles still apply. Numbers, emojis, symbols, alphabet still applies, but now the files and folders are mixed together. One thing we could do when we're cleaning up is to get rid of stuff. Just delete it. Now, there's a little trick I like to use so I can see what's inside my files. Normally, I view my files in list view, but if I just click one finger on the letter V, boom, it changes to what we call grid view. I like to use this for deleting files because now I can see what's inside of those files. Now, down at the bottom, I can see here that I have all of these untitled files. And so I can see this one is empty. So I can right click on the dots, move to trash, right click on the dots, move to trash. Now I can see here I've got a copy of these. These are the same. I don't need two of those. Right click on the dots, move to trash. Now that we've deleted, let's see how we can organize our files by moving them where we need to. If we want to make a new folder so that we can organize maybe things into a class or a course that we take, we go up to the top, click plus new, and then new folder. All right, so now what I can do is there's basically three ways that we can move things around. I can right click on something and I can go organize, and then I can click move, and I can find the file or folder that I want. There's that move things here folder. I can look inside of it if I wanted to see if there was other folders. There's not. I'm still going to move it there. So another way that I can move things is I can just drag them. So if I take this item and I move it, you can see here that my move things here folder is highlighted. When I let go, there it is. And so now I have two things in that folder if I want to check. Another way that we can drag things that I love is to come over to the left-hand side, and there's a tiny little arrow beside My Drive. If we click on that, it shows all of the folders. I can drag things. I can go move things here. And when I let go, I can move it into that folder or into a folder inside of a folder or a folder inside of a folder. So if you're putting it into many layers, this is super helpful. Another little hint when you're moving things is if you have lots of things that you can want to move, if I click on the first one and then I'm going to hold down the shift key and click on the last thing, and I click on that, now they're all blue. I've removed my finger from the shift key. Now I can take this whole blue parcel and I can move it up here into my moving things, or I could move it into the same folder in the left-hand side. So I'm going to let go now that that folder is highlighted. Let's open it up and check. Sure enough, they're all right there. One last thing we can do to move things, and this is a newer thing in Google, is we can click on it and we can go Control X to cut, and then open up the folder that we want it in, and go Control V to paste. There it is. You might have to hit allow to allow that if it's the first time. And one last tip about organizing your Google Drive is you might like to have colored folders. So if you right click on your folder and you click organize, then you'll get this whole color palette. Let's say we want to make this one orange. Now I have an orange folder. So many things that you can do to clean up your drive. I would like you to take 2 after shots. So you've got your before shots. Let's take 2 after shots of maybe your Google Drive and then another folder inside of somewhere where you've done some extra file moving. My PRPS Cleanup Challenge, if you go there, there's a whole document where you as an individual can record those screenshots.